The following episode of Dad vs. Daughter was made possible by a contribution from the Flat River Group.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Dad vs. Daughter. I'm Tim the Dad.
I'm Megan the Daughter.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yep.
We're wearing our St. Patrick's Day shirts because this episode is coming out on St. Patrick's Day, even though the game has nothing to do with St. Patrick's Day.
No.
Speaking of games, what are we playing?
We are playing Sunrise Lane from Flat River Group and Horrible Guild.
Yes, and if you're familiar with kind of the game mechanics of Ticket to Ride, I think you're really going to understand this. So let's just get it to the table and check it out.
All right.
To set up the game, each player is going to be dealt 3 of these building cards, and the building cards actually come in a variety of different colored buildings. So you can see here we have red, and for colorblind folks, we have the symbol up top. We have a blue, we have a green, we have a yellow, and we have a pink. You'll notice the red and the pink are kind of close to each other, but that's another reason to have those symbols.
And the little symbols are on each of the little spaces here. And looking at the board, I will say like the yellow and the red little symbols look kind of similar, and the green and the blue symbols look a little similar. Just have your other non-colorblind friends maybe help you out if you need to use those.
The youngest player is actually going to get this little token here, and that's a start, or the first player token.
Yep.
Because you're going to be getting an equal number of turns. The game is going to actually get triggered for the end when a player has 2, 1, or no houses left over. So on your turn, what you're going to do is you can play cards from your hand, and there is no limit as far as the number of cards that you play. But Megan, you want to kind of walk through playing those?
So we are going to start from building out from kind of like the central like park space area. So I have a pink card, so I'm going to put one of my houses here in the pink, and I will get 2 points because you get points equal to like this pip value. So I'll get 2 points for that. Here's the start. 1, 2. And then you have to build adjacent to where you just built. So I can go to blue. So I have 2 blue, so that means actually I can place 2 houses there, and they do stack. So then I will get 2 points because it's 1 pip, so 1, 2.
Yeah, basically what you're going to do is you're going to score the points, then multiply that by the number of stories basically you have in your house there. To end your turn, after you've played all your cards, then what you're going to be able to do is draw a new card. That's going to go in your hand. If you ever have more than 5 cards in your hand, you have to discard down to 5. Now, how would you have more than 5? Well, if you choose not to play any cards, you can actually draw 2 cards from the top of the deck, and that is your turn. Now we're going to want to build certain ways in certain sections on the board. Now you'll notice we actually have 4 different sections on the board. We have 2 blues. If you can see this blue outline there, and then there's another blue outline there. And then we have 2 red sections. There's the red outline there and here. So you're going to have like a central cross that actually won't be in any of the sections. Now, those are going to kind of dictate how you want to build in order to get end of game points. And we have this little handy dandy player aid here that in section A, we are going to be looking at who has the tallest buildings. Now, because you can only have at most 5 cards in your hand, the tallest building you can ever have would be a 5-story building. If no one actually has a 5-story, then you're going to go down and see, does anybody have a 4-story? If not, you keep going down until you get down to a 2-story building. If you ever have just a single-story building, those don't count. But you're going to be looking at that in both of the A sections. So you're going to score both of them one at a time. So whoever has the majority in the A sections for that size, so let's just say that we have a 3-story building and Megan had more than I did, Megan would get 10 points and then I would get 6 points in a 2-player game. Now, in the B sections, we're going to be looking at who has the most overall in that section. Doesn't matter how many stories the buildings have, you're just counting the number of buildings that you have. Again, whoever has the most is going to get 10, second most would get 6. And then finally on C, you're going to be looking at the whole board in total, and you're going to look to see who has the largest contiguous section. So how many buildings are going to make up one separate thing without any interruptions. And then whoever has the most is going to get 10, and then whoever has the second most is going to get 6. Now, once a player has actually played down, let's say it's my turn, and I had these cards in my hand, I could keep playing. I could play this yellow and place there and score 3 points for that. I could play a red and score 2 points for that. I could play a pink and score 2 points for that. And then I can decide, do I want to go this way or do I want to go that way? Let's say that I decide I want to go this way, and then I will score an additional 4 points. Now let's say that I did not have this there. I could play any color card out of my hand. Let's say I just want to play that green card. And then what I'm going to be able to do is I'm going to be able to place a park. Now, the park is not going to score you any points, but it's going to allow you to keep moving along. And let's say that I actually had another yellow card in my hand, then I could place one of my houses there. And then I would score all of those points. But you'll notice that I do not have a contiguous section here because that park actually interrupted it. So that's pretty much all there is to playing Sunrise Lane. So now what we're going to do is we are going to shuffle all of these cards up. And I do also want to point out that we are actually using this promo card that we have. This card, when played, actually allows you to place 2 parks next to each other. On this, you just play this card and then you place 2 parks.
And this was a Gen Con promo. It came in this little sleeve, and what's nice is that it has a QR code on the package. You can just scan that and get the rules for that card.
And basically it just tells you can play 2 parks. All right, so let's shuffle up and get ready to play.
Okay.
So remember, on your turn, you have the option. You can either play cards and put your houses down, or you can draw 2 cards.
I'm going to draw. I'll do that. Ooh, that actually was better. Okay, I drew.
I'm going to draw 2 as well.
Okay.
Just to have options.
Yeah. I'm going to 3 red. So that's
6 points.
2, 4, 6. And 1 pink. So 7 points total. And end of my turn by drawing a card.
Well, I'm going to play 2 down, yellow, so that's going to be 6 points there, and I'll put another for 2 points there, and that'll be it. Draw a card.
I'm going to draw.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play this yellow so I can play a park there. And then I'm going to play a pink for 4 points there. And I will draw a card.
Okay.
And remember, you can always go back off of the middle. You can go anywhere, and you can go off of the parks.
I'm going to go off the park. I have 2 blue. So it'll be 6 points. My turn.
I'm just going to draw 2.
I'm going to draw 2.
I'll play a yellow for 1 and 2 blue for 10, so 11 total.
Crap.
And draw a card.
That was good. Okay. I'm going to do a park here, and then we're gonna do 9 points because I have 3 green and 10 total. Puts us back up.
You want to play a 1 red there and another 4, so 5 total. And drop.
I'm gonna draw.
I too will draw.
I'll draw.
And I will draw. Sometimes you
Just
get
thinking
into
about it.
You get into a drawing thing.
All right, I am going to do a park and 1 for 2 points, and then 6 points.
So 8 total.
8 total. 6, 7, 8.
Well, I will go
1.
1 and then 15.
Oh crap!
And that gets me 3 story in that.
Dang.
And drop.
Oh, that sucks. I'm drawn.
Yeah, I'm going to draw as well.
I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna have to discard. Okay.
I'm going to draw 2 as well. And then I'm going to have to discard. Let's discard that one.
We're gonna do 2 and 8. So
11
11
total.
total. Yep.
So 31, 42. I'm going to go 4, and then I'm going to do a park, and then I'm going to go 9.
Wow.
So 13,
Dang.
and that gets me a second.
Yep. Tallest. I gotta draw.
Oh.
Oh, that's yours. Sorry. I didn't look at it. I drew 2. So back to you.
I will draw 2 as well.
I'm gonna have to draw. Okay.
I will draw another 2.
How do I want to do this? Okay. We'll do 2, 3, 4, 10.
Okay, I will do 2 plus 3 is 5. And I think that's all I'm going to do.
Okay.
And draw a card.
Okay, I'm dropping.
I will draw 2 cards, but because
Shuffle.
I need another card, I will shuffle these. And then I have to discard down. Discard that. So you must have the park.
Do you want me? I don't know. Okay.
You drew.
I drew.
And I will go 2 and let's go park, and then 3, which is going to be another 12, so 14 total. And draw a card.
Okay.
And I have 5 houses left. You have
I have
6.
6, yeah.
We didn't spread out as much as we normally do.
No. Okay, I'm gonna use the park. I'm only gonna do one though. Kind of wasting that, but we're doing 1 and then 4.
So 13 total.
Yep. I have 2 houses left.
So that's going to trigger the end of the game.
I went first, so.
So this is my last turn. So can I actually play a yellow? I don't actually think so.
No one's connected to yellow. You want to just play a park?
Park's not going to do me any good.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Wow, we've never had that happen.
Yeah,
there's
you're
no
not
way
here.
I can even go off of that.
No, that's it.
Well,
just put a park down.
Let's make America beautiful. Again, let's just put that right there. Why not?
Nice.
All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add up points. And we'll go ahead and do that on camera just to kind of show you. So nothing in the A quadrant here.
No.
Over here, we're going to be looking at the height of the building. So the tallest building is 3.
But you have more.
But I have more, so I'm going to get 10 points. You're going to get 6.
Okay.
And then we're going to look and see who has the most over here. You don't actually have any, so you don't even get to participate. So that's going to be 10 points there. Over here,
you have the most.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3. So I'm going to get another 10, but you're going to get 6.
And then you have the longest
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's only 5.
5.
You have.
Yeah, I have 5.
Actually, you're broken.
I'm broken, so it's you.
So I'll get another 10.
Yep.
6.
Dang it.
Right there. Wow.
Wow. That's the biggest difference we've had.
Yeah. So I guess I get the Architect's Trophy.
Sure.
All right, Megan, since you are the youngest player and got to go first, I'm going to let you go first in the review.
I like it. I think it's a cozy game.
Yes.
It's very Ticket to Ride-esque, which is kind of a different theme, I feel like, slapped on. You're not necessarily going for routes, you have to go from one destination to another. But like we said earlier, the mechanic is very Ticket to Ride-esque, which I think that will make it easy for some people to pick up on. It's not too hard of a concept for you to get.
I think the thing that really makes things stick out is being able to build stories.
I do. That adds cool table presence. And these houses are really cool. I like that, they are stackable. These are really nice 3D printed pieces. I know we talked about that probably in our unboxing.
I don't know if they're 3D printed or I think they're just plastic mold.
They're cool. I mean, they look like they're 3D printed.
In fact, let's go ahead
but they're very cool.
and look at the other ones here.
I think the teal one is probably the most basic. I just like the teal color. But out of the house designs, I'm torn between if I like the tan or the white. I don't know which one I like better. But I'm not the biggest fan of the teal architecture.
Yeah, the tan actually is kind of cool. It's kind of got that slanted roof. The
yeah.
white one actually looks like
that sunroom, greenhouse look
a
on
conservatory.
Yeah, that's the word.
The haunted mansion.
I know. So that, I think that's why I kind of like the white one, because it looks like a haunted mansion to me.
Oops, I got that one upside down.
But I do like how the maroon one is got the little chimney and all. I think they're cool.
And there's pretty good attention to detail on those too.
I mean, you can see little window panes and all. I think that's very cool. I mean, overall, I think it's a good game. I don't think it's a super hard game. There is some strategy to it, obviously.
In fact, I would say that this is,
this is an entry level.
Ticket to Ride is considered a gateway game.
Yeah.
This is probably below Ticket to Ride.
Because you're not using the routes,
right.
I would say is the only thing. It says ages 8 and up, and I think that's fair if you can get an early gamer into this.
Yeah, and I think if you are trying to introduce a game to non-gamers, this is a really good way to do that, because once they get this and understand that concept, then you can move them into Ticket to Ride and several other games that are kind of like that as well.
I would say my only thing that when we first got this out and we were playing it, the only thing that confused me, because I first thought you needed to have the value of cards to match the pips, which is not true, but I thought for here you needed 4 red cards and not you got 4 points based on how many you were playing. That was just a minor confusion thing for me. And as I pointed out earlier, I think some of the colorblind symbols are a little similar. They're kind of small. Again, that's just a minor thing. And your score tokens, while they are double-sided to flip, they are kind of a thinner cardboard. They're thinner than the park tokens, so I wish they were just the same thickness. I feel like they're at least thinner than the park tokens.
Yeah, I probably would have liked to have seen a bigger board,
or something. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, the smaller board obviously keeps it, more challenging. Especially, I imagine you've played with more than 2 players. I could see how this board would get way tighter.
So I've actually played it at all player counts. I played it at 2, 3, and 4. Yes, at 4-player, you're actually using less houses.
22 houses.
Yeah, and a 3 or 4 or 2 or 3-player game, you're using 28. All 28 houses. In a 4-player game, you're only down to 22. So that keeps the game moving very fast. The board is going to fill up. In fact, the 4-player games that I've played, I think we've pretty much filled up the board, because that's the other trigger. If you don't have any more spots on the board, then that also is the end of the game.
It says it's a 45-minute game. I would say that's on the long side.
Yeah, I think
I mean, at least 2-player, we know our moves pretty quickly, but I imagine it wouldn't quite take 45 unless it's your first introductory game.
Yeah, like you said, this is a cozy game.
Make a cup of tea.
This is one, you're not really thinking a lot.
Enjoy yourself. I do like the art on the cards. That was something that drew me to this game. Looking at it, I remember looking at it before we went into the big hall at Gen Con. It was in one of the little display cases, and I was like, oh, it's really pretty, watercolor look. And I think that's cool. I like that all the art on the houses are different. There's unique art on those, so I think that's cool.
Yeah, and then of course you got the back. Looks like
look at the wrought iron.
Yeah, which looks pretty cool.
It's very cool.
Yeah, I think the only complaint that I had, like you said, were the little scoring tokens.
Yeah.
They printed these, or they made these. I wish they would have maybe made these a bigger, make those out of plastic or something.
Yeah,
and
I mean, it's fine.
To be honest, you could substitute, with something else that you had.
If you have a higher player count, I guess you could use one of your houses as a score token.
The thing is, this is on the back side.
It's double-sided.
It does show that, because it only goes to 60. So you can see you've got the 60 there on the one side, and there's just the normal side. And it does match the actual building that you have.
I mean, that is nice,
But other than that, like I said,
that's a very minor thing.
It's a fun little game to play.
Yeah.
This is one, like I said, I would play with non-gamers to kind of get them into that. Or if we just kind of wanted to just sit and chill.
I was going to say, it's a chill game. Or if you just played a really heavy game, this could be your little segue, relax, unwind.
Especially at a 2-player game like we showed you, it goes so fast that this could be a filler while you're trying to wait for some other people to play in a bigger game.
It doesn't take that much table space up either. I know we've kind of taken up just a little bit more with putting stuff out, but it's a relatively small board. You don't need that big of a table to play it.
No, you don't. The box size,
it's average.
You can see,
Insert's basic enough. Yeah.
The box is probably a little bit bigger than what you would actually need since this board is so small. But no, I like it. I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
So that is Sunrise Lane from the Horrible Guild and Flat River Group. And we will catch you guys next time.
Bye.
Thanks for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, click that like and subscribe button. You can also follow us on social media like Facebook
and Twitter at DadBeDaughter.
And if you like what we do and you want to support us, you can visit our Patreon page. So thanks for watching.
Thanks.